Hi there, welcome back to our course on backlink analysis and our section on the backlink audit. In this lesson, we'll talk about anchor text diversity, why it's important, and how to check for it within your own backlink profile. Anchor text, as we've discussed before, is kind of like a sign on the door that leads to your website. Imagine a user reading this blog article about making sausage at home. They see several links with anchor text that say sausage grinder, sausage stuffer, hog casings, and sheep casings. That user probably assumes that when they click on one of those links, they're going to find a web page that has something to do with grinders, stuffers, or casings. The anchor text lets the user know, and also lets the search engines know, what the writer on the linking page thinks the destination page is about. As with many aspects of link building and backlink analysis, the most important thing to keep in mind about anchor text is that the search engines want to see anchor text that seems natural. A good backlink profile also has anchor text that's diverse and that's relevant to the site. Let me give you an example to illustrate these points. If you were outside a movie theater that was showing Jaws and you went up to a bunch of different people coming out of the theater and asked them to describe the movie they just saw, they'd probably all give you a slightly different description in their own words. One person might say it took place on an island and there was a shark in the water nearby that all the townspeople were really afraid of. Another person might say it's about these three guys who go out on a boat and try to kill a giant shark. And someone else might say, oh, it was really scary, there was a shark with a ton of teeth and it ate people. Now, these descriptions aren't the best, obviously, but they are definitely relevant to the movie. They all mention sharks, and they give you a basic idea of the plot. And they're diverse, because each one just came organically out of the person's head. And because they're diverse, they sound natural. Now imagine if you did the same exercise with 3 people, and 2 of them gave you the exact same description of the movie, word for word. They both say it was a film about a large shark terrorizing a popular summer destination. And the third person says it was about Dracula. There are 2 different problems here. The first 2 people said exactly the same thing, which isn't diverse and therefore sounds really weird and unnatural. It almost sounds like someone paid them to say those exact words, which is precisely what Google is trying to watch out for. And then the third person said something that was completely irrelevant. Google doesn't like that either, because it seems like the linker wasn't actually paying attention to the linkee, and again, that makes it seem unnatural. This graph shows the approximate distribution of all anchor text terms across the internet. Almost half of all anchor text terms are naked URLs, meaning the anchor text is literally just the web address that the link leads to. Another third is branded, so the name of your company or a product you sell. 14% are generic anchors, like click here, and 6% are keyword anchors. That little sliver, the keyword anchor sliver, is where you're usually going to see the irrelevant anchor text. According to this chart, if you got new links from a bunch of people, most of them would just write website.com or company name as their anchor text. But some might choose to link on a keyword anchor instead. And if the links are organic, odds are those keywords are going to be pretty diverse and pretty relevant. Here's how you can look at your own anchor text distribution within Link Explorer in Moz Pro. Enter your domain and choose Anchor Text from the left sidebar menu, and you'll see all of the anchor text from all the backlinks that point to your site. Now you can scroll through here and see whether it's mostly branded terms and naked URLs like we see at the top, or whether there are any spammy looking keywords. In this case, we're definitely seeing some spammy looking ones, like these long strings of keywords that don't make any sense. Those aren't natural, and they're probably from scrape sites or spammy directories. If you click the caret at the right of each row under top links, you can see which sites are using this anchor text to link to you. And here, yep, there are definitely some spam sites. Now, if we see any obviously irrelevant or unnatural seeming anchor text here that's not from a site we might have flagged as sketchy in the CSV that we created in an earlier lesson, we might still want to go into that CSV and search for and flag the linking domains that are using this bad anchor text. That way we're compiling a flagged list of all of the backlinks we might want to consider removing if it turns out they were actually acquired through unnatural means. That does it for our lesson on anchor text. Thanks for watching and join me for the next lesson.